Thank you for the very quick break, Anatoly. Team Eager versus Most Wanted, all down to the wire. 5-game series. Here we are at game 5, and really, both of these teams have earned it.
I think Most Wanted might have messed up here a little bit because it took them until game 4 to decide to switch sides. Eager, as the first seed, did get that pick, so they took that first position. Game 2, Eager still had that position, took it. Game 3, though, Most Wanted elected not to switch sides. It took them getting beat and put down 1-2.
With that said, Most Wanted did make the adjustment and ban out the Fafnir. But Eager, I mean, you kept talking. You've been talking for like 72 hours about the Athena from Matt Koiz. He finally gets it, but then Eager pick against it.
It's strong, you know. It's certainly not first pick strong, but it is whenever you can take it away from Matt Koiz, exactly. And that's what's important. Most Wanted getting it 2 gods they're okay, you know, that they're comfortable with, but Eager's okay with them getting Raijin and Susano, I think.
The big thing for me here was that Most Wanted had the option of Aokwang or Susano. With leaving Aokwang open, I almost want to think that Most Wanted are going back to the Loki because it is so effective. Because you're, as a soul laner, assuming you don't get camped or your jungle invaded, which, you know, maybe that was one of the weaknesses of against the Aokwang into the Loki because you don't have a strong invade, is that you are just naturally going to get more levels soaking up those waves.
And here's Eager kind of preemptively picking against a Loki that hasn't been locked in yet. Locking in that Neith, if they do so, I'm assuming they're going to be looking to use that World Weaver ultimate and just destroy him over and over again.
It's the double global dual lane, right? Yep. Neith and Athena. Ravana doesn't even need to do anything himself. He just has the double setup. He has so many stun options to lock down the Loki. Loki can ult away into his own tower, and Ravana Athena can probably chase him and still get the kill. If Loki is picked up, expect Eager to camp him. Especially
with a stun from Neith. I mean, you're just not going to escape any of that nonsense. So Most Wanted, they've got one more choice. Do they go the Loki here? Do they go the Loki post-ban phase? I think that's really what they're spending their time at discussing at the moment. It'll be the Loki locked in right away.
It would have been banned. It would have been banned in the second phase, so if they wanted to pick it, it's here. But I think Eager expected that as well. I think Eager right now have full control of this pick and ban phase.
Like I said, it's a preemptive. If you're going to pick it, fine, but here's our strategy against it.
Right.
And leaving 2 gods that they're really known to play off the table for now. Soul, not picked up. Aokwang, not picked up. Those are 2 gods that you usually see Eager select in the first 3, but going for something that can shut down the Loki better.
So I think there's 2 options here for Eager. They can either A, ban away Transonics, right? They can either take the Freya, the Hou-Yi, and the Ullr. Those are the 3 options to just rip from them. Or B, ban the supports, take out the Bacchus Sobek, and put Koiz on something or Jellly, no, it is Koiz, on something he's a little bit less comfortable on.
You can go half and half, right? I would really like to see that Bacchus ban. Bacchus is the other god that Matt Koiz is really, really comfortable on, very strong right now, and they're going to that would be the pick for Most Wanted
Soul.
if it's open, I think.
Really? Why would they ban Soul?
So Team Eager bans out Soul. I'm more looking at the pass ban. Most Wanted have a very particular composition that they want to run, so taking every single ban or leaving some on the table, only opting to ban out the Chronos, as they want to make sure that's not an option for Team Eager.
I wouldn't mind seeing Eager go for that Hou-Yi. Cougs had a great game on it last time, just kind of spiraled out of control before he could make his, you know, before he could be as effective as he wanted to be. But it's going to be locked in here for Most Wanted instead, keeping it away from him and giving Transonics one of his stronger gods.
It's a good pick here for Most Wanted. They, again, respecting this respecting this lineup, despite it not really being well-rounded. Crowd control a little bit light on the side of M-Dubs.
Whole lot of damage, though. That's for sure. Hou-Yi, Loki, Susano, Raijin, like, we talked about Most Wanted earlier with the Zhong, like, I don't know if they really have, you know, enough damage. This composition has more than enough damage for almost 2 teams at this point.
They're making up for the game number 2 lack of damage.
I love this Batz if it's going to be locked in. Zhong as well, a little bit surprising, because speaking of lack of damage, Eager have a lack of damage.
A significant lack of damage, and Zhong is not a god that I don't think I've ever seen Delta Marine play.
It's going to be very good against the Loki, because he can't one-shot you. But Loki still has other priority targets. Looking at the Neith specifically has a great matchup, as well as the Batz.
But Eager's so built around letting Delta Marine do damage. They're so used to him being on these big damage gods, Soul, Raijin, Zeus, even Neith in that game. You know, that's a god that can put out a lot of DPS in the middle lane. And now he's on this Zhong. It's a completely different style that you really don't see out of Eager.
I feel like game 4 just sort of tilted Team Eager's Game 5 lineup. Team Eager seemed to go, okay, Loki's an issue. Every pick has to deal with Loki, but they didn't realize anything else about the draft. It's all anti-Loki.
It's like they're overcommitting, just like they did in Game 1. They're overcommitting to their strategy. In Game 1, it was, we're doing nothing but objectives. Here, it's we're not getting killed by Loki. The problem is, you're still probably going to get killed by Loki at some point in the game.
You can farm Loki in this situation and maybe look to invade his buffs, but most wanted don't have a composition that's going to be easy to invade. The Bacchus, Susano, and Raijin more than likely going to be there to protect that speed, to protect Loki's blue, and that's not something that is going to be easy to fight into, even with the World Weaver and Athena ult.
I would have almost rather seen something like a Hebo in the mid lane. And I know it sounds crazy, but you don't... Yeah, Zhong is not going to get bursted by Loki, but then Loki's just going to burst your Neith, or she's going to burst your Batz, or he's going to whittle down your Ravana. Instead, kill him. Pick a god that can kill him, and Hebo does that better than any other god.
I mean, you can also go breastplate and still have the damage to kill him, which is most important.
Team Eager might not die to the Loki, but who's killing the Loki? Like you said, I mean, who's killing, frankly, anybody? Batz is not this strong one-man assassin.
I think this game is going to come down to Batz, right? We need to see a perfect game out of Myflin. He needs to be aggressive very early. The later this game goes, the better Most Wanted's comp gets.
I feel like a strong Batz play, which Myflin, I will say, is one of the better Batz players we have available in the SCL or Smite overall. What it comes down to 1/3 of the time, Batz gets a good enough lead to transition into this Deathbringer wielding true assassin. If that's not the case for this game, Eager's in a lot of trouble.
Myflin had a great game on this Batz. I believe that was Game 3, right?
Yes.
Really, really played it well. However, I feel like the better pick in jungle would have been the Awilish. They didn't have the Bacchus locked in, but they did have the Hu-Yi, and it makes it easy to go over there, as well as you know that Bacchus is going to be a priority pick for them, so you kind of deny it from them.
Fear No Evil can deal with Loki. That's the only question Eager were asking
I really think a Fear No Evil might be needed against Wolves, though, but
actually,
maybe not everything else.
If you hit Loki with that first auto, whenever you're a Willish, because it like puts that circle targeter on them, you can actually, if he stealths right away, you can actually see exactly where he is and auto again, and then root cripple him even when he's invisible, which puts you in a position to knock him up because you're behind him. It's like a really weird sort of interaction that sounds really complicated, but it really isn't.
It's a big if, especially when compared to Drop the Totem.
This is so fun and coming up for both teams because this set, if they feel like they've been invaded, they're actually late to their own buffs because they're like so pushed up like, are we getting invaded? Are they coming for us? And once again, the Loki already has slow clear. Once again, late to his buffs.
The double invade. I absolutely love this. I will never not get a kick out of this.
This is what they do. Like I said, this is what they do. They know you're going to invade, so they just invade you, and then it's like a wash. You just flip us.
Nice, guys. Thank you. We've traded out our buffs. You guys get our blue. I get your blue. You get my speed. I get your speed. Everybody winds up on top 10 points. We are happy.
Plus, it feels better. It's like food that you don't pay it for. It tastes better. It's like buffs that aren't yours feel better.
Very funny stuff for the guys on both Eager and Most Wanted, making the aggressive plays and then winding up, like you said, pretty much just a wash. Invades all around, so nothing really too, at the end of the day, nothing out of the ordinary. I'm
interested to see what build Delta Marine goes with. We talked a lot about the different options for Clow, but Clow is a known Zhong player. Delta Marine, like I said, not really known as much. Oh, Koiz is going to eat a lot of poke for belly flopping there.
He'll be fine. But
yeah, he'll be fine.
It's just about that pressure there, and against a Neith, you typically don't see yourself trying to take this much poke because Neith has the self-heals, and Bacchus is not going to be able to play aggressive on this wave because of how low he is.
So what I was going into earlier with Delta Marine, is he going to go for the protection route, like he's got that helm already working, or will he go for the health? I think health is significantly better against Loki. I'd like to see him go for the Warlock Sash, but that's delaying their already pitiful damage even later.
So both teams wound up invading on the right-hand side. Most Wanted kept going and wound up way deep in the left jungle as well, stripping away the back Harpies.
I'm really surprised we didn't see a rotation from Eager's duo lane there to cut off XCynosurex and Clow. I'm not saying it would have been a guaranteed kill, but they would have won in any poke war in that situation and likely been able to get pressure into the jungle on these next spawns.
Something that you would definitely have to think about when you are, even if you out pressure in mid and you're like, hey, we can go to their back Harpies, you have to see, okay, does our duo lane have pressure? Can their duo lane rotate? What about their solo? That kind of stuff. So with that, only the left back Harpies available, it was pretty risky for Most Wanted to go for that, but because Eager's duo lane didn't rotate, they stayed safe.
So right now, this dual lane matchup, one more time, we kind of just keep seeing the same matchups because all Dwurst has played has pretty much been this Ravana.
No, it's every game. All 5 games he's played Ravana.
And so because of that, we just see the same matchups over and over again. The second time we're seeing the Loki, before we saw a bunch of Odin. So Wolves fighting into this again. This is much more. Totally, the solo laner commented that, you know, here on the console side of things, it's much more fighting. Well, this is going to be your PC style, where just solo laners look at each other and clear.
It's just the you do you, I'll do me, and we'll see you whenever I get Jotun's Wrath online.
xCynosurex.
Very early rotation. I'm not sure if Aircougar sees this, but they have so much gap closing potential that I think they can still take this and chase Aircougar. But a little bit quick on the draw, I think Transonics there, and xCynosurex just going to be backing.
Oh, I wasn't sure he was going to finish it. I thought he might have at the last second come on in. I mean, there's a lot of displacement in that lane.
But because he's on that left side, this opens up a free speed buff invade for Myflin. So that's a risky rotation there, and it makes xCynosurex pays for it.
I also love what Zhong did there. I mean, it's very small, but we see the pull of the speed buff close to the wall, which means the card can hit for Delta Marine, and he doesn't have to put himself in that bad position deep into that cove.
Here's a different take on it. Eager going for it.
No.
Not going to be able to steal it away.
At least they forced the ultimate, though, but it looks like Clow wants to keep going in. Cougar low on mana, but still pretty healthy overall.
And you can actually see Transonics picking up that red buff there, so wanting a little bit more pressure in this lane against Neith, obviously, who has so much damage early on, has that massive wave clear on the Spirit's Arrow. And now Delta Marine, just going to have the Athena ult on top. I think that was just Eager a little bit worried that Most Wanted were going to initiate there.
Yeah, Bacchus jumped in, got a fantastic double belly flop, and then just in case, the Athena ult comes right on through to dissuade a 3-on-2 invade.
Oh, here comes a big Typhoon. Delta Marine actually gets pulled out of the belly flop, but the Taiko drum's coming in. The Sanctuary's nice. The ult from Myflin spreads them out, and it looks like Eager is going to be able to get out of here. A lot of ultimates used in that engagement for both teams.
Just barely alive, and now the next step. Most Wanted does the poking. Now, whatever Most Wanted want to do in this situation, they're allowed to, because Eager can't really contest.
They could almost force a Gold Fury at this point here. They do have the Wrath on Bacchus, and they're going to find Jellly pulled back in. Can't get out, can he? No! Cloud procs the Raijin at the last second, and Jellly going to be first blooded.
Jellly just getting a little greedy to get that purification out, and it looks like Bacchus is going to come in onto this blue buff. Loki already hurts, man.
It doesn't matter. Wolves is just keeping Dwurst distracted. That was his whole goal. And this blue buff is going to be able to be picked up by Wolves. He's entirely fine with getting poked out in this lane. His teleport's down, but he's starting to get Transcendent stacked up.
This is the point where Neith needs to start just ulting Loki on cooldown. He doesn't have the teleport up, doesn't have the boots for the mobility yet. Myflin needs to be there, or maybe Myflin doesn't even need to be there, but the Athena ultimate on top of Ravana and the World Weaver needs to start happening.
Jeez, that Loki without the boots, he just looks so slow. I mean, definitely something you want to take advantage of. Loki has a lot of trouble getting caught up with this early in the game, but as he backs, he's likely to fix that issue.
Wolves having a much better start to this game as opposed to last as well. He was almost 1,000 gold behind because he was rotating so much. He died, the 3 times Dwurst had a double kill. So there was that 1k disadvantage, and Wolves was getting abused by it because of Dwurst, but this time he's very comfortable in this matchup.
xCynosurex, no purification available. Gonna eat the Spirit Arrow and the Fear No Evil. Perfect follow-up there. Just try to face check the Gold Fury at the wrong time.
So much less about the objective and so much more about the pick that play was for Eager. I think they pull the Gold Fury in short. If you let us have it, fine, but it's so much more looking for that pick to even up the kills.
And here's the Neith arrow charged as well. They're looking for Clow. He's gonna make it to his tower, fine though. And they do get his purification.
That just feels really forced. They're never going to kill Raijin there. No. Not at 6 minutes. He's right next to his tower. You get the purification, but you would have gotten the purification without the World Weaver. Yeah. So you might as well save it. It is going to open up the speed buff for the invade. xCynosure's purification is still down.
He has his ult, though, and he's going to find the knock-up on a Myflin, who's in trouble as Wolves' rotation is sitting there waiting for him. Good stun by Delta Marine, and Wolves is forced to disengage, but Koiz finds the Intoxicate, and xCynosurex finds Myflin.
The rest is going to keep on happening from the mid lane. Cloud makes the rotation.
Oh.
Damage can't be found on the mid laner. Delta Marine avoids all but 1 hit. And because of that fancy juke coming out from Mr. Zhong himself, he will stay alive.
You can actually see Transonics going to proxy a wave, though. He wanted to take a quick look at the red buff here. Right-hand side, though, the invasion, or the counter-invade on the speed, is still happening. xCynosurex was able to pick it up here, and so it'll be a trade-out.
Well done by the guys on Most Wanted. And, you know, I think the big key here is we established earlier on that Eager are very good at adapting and changing their gameplay to your strategy. What are you giggling about over there?
I think Transonics thought he was going to get hit by the tower there before his back ended. So he just walked out of the tower range and still makes it in time, though. Aircougar can't make it to lane.
But so the point that I'm trying to make is that Eager are very good at figuring out their opponent and changing their playstyle. So Most Wanted comes into this series, this best of 5, with a playstyle in mind, right? Set up mid laner, let Cloud do the damage. Then Eager figure it out, and they step on them. So Most Wanted go, all right, fierce change of attack plan. It's all about wolves.
And now that's kind of freeing up Cloud to do that damage again. Look at that gold lead that he has on Zhong, almost 1,000 gold with only 1 kill. The first time we saw him the Ravana, he was lacking in farm significantly, down really heavily against the Neith.
Yep.
Now figuring it out, getting into his comfort zone on this character like he was on Vulcan earlier, and now he's going to make a big impact in these fights.
And Dwurst just going to see his blue buff stolen away. Wolves just toying with him, running around in circles of the rocket. Here is that Neith that we've been waiting for. Dwurst ultimate is online, going to be able to chase this down, but he loses Wolves in the invisibility. Reads him through the audio, but still can't find him. Wolves is just going to farm and walk away. Where is the Athena ult to secure that kill? That was free.
The ping's coming out. Everybody knows where Wolves is, but it's a little bit too late. Not going to find him.
The Athena ult was guaranteed. That was the whole point of that duo lane.
They must be concerned about overcommitting and losing the Gold Fury because of it. But as long as Myflin's there with Fear No Evil, they can't do a Gold Fury. They just can't with that ultimate up. So it either has to be one or the other. The Athena ult or Batz has to be there.
Taunt off the mark. Jellly can't quite reach Cloud. That's a big play for the guys that Most Wanted. Here's the other side of the engagement. Belly flop on top of Jellly. He's marked, waiting for finding it. But Cloud won't be able to do just that. No hit. And the jungler walks away.
I think that was an opportunity for Cloud to go immediately up into Taiko drums and taunt Jellly in with that Raiju on him. There's no way his team could have gotten in there in time. Instead electing to hold it, and now looks like it's going to be a grouping from Most Wanted. They might want to siege down this tier 1 tower in middle.
From both teams, actually. Koiz, though, finds the opportunity to taunt forces 2 purifications. And the Exorcise Demons from Delta Marine does do a significant amount of poke here, and Most Wanted don't really want to return this.
Man, Neith Athena is just such a potent combo. Getting that 2-second taunt into the 2-second root, nowhere to go for 2 to 4 seconds, depending on if you time it correctly, and it does so much damage as well.
You know, I will say, oh no, Gold Fury started up by Eager here, and Most Wanted caught, not even recognizing it. This is the intelligent play we expect from Eager here, and they are going to reduce Most Wanted's lead to under 1K.
A little bit too late there. Just Most Wanted caught sleeping. Eager just, that's the okie doke play. There's no fancy, it's just oops. What do you say when you watch that Gold Fury go the other direction? It's just oops.
Well, that's really on Transonics. It's your ADC's duty, because that's his side of the map, to keep track of his lane partner so that they aren't doing the Gold Fury. Myflin going to be able to steal that away with the overhead smash. Here comes another ultimate onto Wolves.
Well played, Koiz.
Yeah, Koiz right there.
And now the counter engage, Clow out of position as Koiz jumps forward, but I think Most Wanted are on different calls for this one, and so they're just gonna overall decide to back off here. This is actually good for Wolves, excuse me, not good for Wolves, good for Eager, because last game what we saw Wolves get ahead in, even though he died 3 times, he was able to solo farm, and there were so many engagements going on that he got the 3 to 4 level lead. This time, doesn't have that.
Instead, he'll just be cleaning out his own jungle, a little bit less aggressive, I think, than he'd like to be. And certainly that he has been recently.
A little bit of a build switch up for Dwurst this time as well, not electing to rush that Mystical Mail, going straight for the Breastplate of Valor. Maybe recognizing that he's not going to get the solo kill on him whether he has the Mystical Mail or not. I might as well try and impact the team fights as much as I can.
And then later on, we might see the Mystical Mail once, as you said, those team fights start to become a little bit more prevalent. It's less about the lane fight versus the Loki and more about the team.
Another switch up in builds by Jellly, this time kind of adopting that Koiz build, going for the Mark of the Vanguard immediately, not rushing that Height of the Urchin like he has been the rest of the set. It looks like he's going to get it now, though.
He wants that gold gain. Also on Bacchus, though, you have kind of a lot of inherent protections on your chug. And in the meantime, Most want to continue this invade to the right-hand side, but Koiz and Jellly don't want to let this go for free. Typhoon knocks up Jellly, and here comes Fear No Evil to protect him.
Transonics takes out Cougar on the left-hand side all by himself, and the team fight on the right raging on as Raijin certainly making it happen. Koiz gets jumped on by the monkey, pulled in and put down his Delta Marine, and now problems for the support.
Cloud by
Dancing forward onto
himself.
Cloud, but he can turn this around. But
Oh,
Dwurst
Wolves.
makes sure it doesn't happen.
That might have been a kill, but Myflin just able to outrange, and Wolves is on the retreat. xCynosure separating as well. Good pull, actually. Might be able to turn this back on Myflin, but he jet streams into the jungle here. Overall, Most Wanted going to be fine. We also saw the 1v1 in favor of Transonics at the duo at the start of that fight, and I think Most Wanted come out on top here.
Yeah, very big play for Transonics over there. They do come on top, not just in that
That's
game.
not enough damage. Just short.
Just barely. Staying alive. It's the jungler, xCynosurex, just barely. Where
Man,
is it?
Less than
Where is
20
it?
Listen, man,
HP.
I
That's
bet you
what I
I
was
can
looking
call,
for.
when I say a Neith ult, I bet you I can call 80% of the time whether it's going to kill them or not. When it's close, like those close ones, I don't know what it is. It's just a feeling. I've seen so many Neith ults secure kills and not secure kills. I'm just used to it. I was 100% sure he was going to survive there, and he's got less than 20.
Ladies and gentlemen, call in and have Nostradamus predict your very future right here, right now in our finals matchup. This is what Game 5 is all about. So just put it all on the line and see what your future
Here's my
holds.
prediction here. Transonics is going to win this with the double bounce, and Myflin forced away. Transonics, another solo kill. Absolutely insane these past 2 games.
Trans is just going off right now. This is when you want your playmakers.
And here's another one.
Dwurst in trouble as well. There's the attack coming down. Wolves picks it up. We are across the arena, and we can hear these guys yelling, screaming, hooting, and hollering.
You hear it all the time in traditional sports. What do you want in Game 5, Game 7 scenarios? Your playmakers have to show up.
Yep.
And the playmakers for Most Wanted are showing
Not
up.
again.
One more time. Ultimate
He's gonna
to zone
find
out
it.
Cougar. Double bounce won't be good. Sanctuary protects him. 1 basic, 2 basic. Down comes Athena, and a big deal, but Transonics steals it anyway. Cougar falls to the hand of Trans.
Trans is just an unstoppable machine. He's not missing anything. The double bounce by the Gold Fury hits every auto on a juking Cougar.
Look at it, bottom left of the screen. Transonics is feeling it. Myflin's feeling it in the wrong direction. xCynosurex needs 1 more hit to clean it up, and he will. 3 in a row without a death. Most Wanted find themselves up 5 kills right away.
Jellly here just trying to help Delta Marine, but it's too late. The knockup, the follow from Trans, and the double bounce. That's his 4th kill in a row. He's found 3 1v1s. You cannot let this kid get a lead because he does not relinquish it.
Dwurst able to clean up Wolves, but maybe a little bit too little too late.
Man, this is just going so fast. All of a sudden, Most Wanted in control, but xCynosurex might have bit off a little bit more than he could chew, eating the World Weaver as well as the taunt, but it was mistimed.
Even still, xCynosurex falls down. xCynosure's death, Wolves' death for a tier 1 tower on the right, tier 1 tower in the mid, almost a tier 2 tower, as well as to clean up. That's fine.
I will say, though, we got really excited there. Most Wanted just spreading the map, finding all these kills, but they've only been able to gain about a 2.5K lead. 15 minutes in, that's decent, but this isn't a death sentence for Eager. They're still very fine. The main issue is that they wanted to shut down Wolves early, and they haven't been able to do so.
And for me, it's about the intangibles, right? Yes, 2,500 gold, that's the only lead, but Most Wanted are here, ready to play. They feel it. They're taking the Gold Fury.
They're going to full commit to this. Huyi dropping the Suns pretty early. Myflin's going to sniff this out. He does have Fear No Evil, and they're going to have to drop it. And it's not about that 2.5K gold lead. It's about the experience lead, around 5K. And look at the level differences. Dwurst just caught up to Wolves. 2 levels on xCynosurex over Myflin, a level in the mid lane, and a level in the ADC role as well.
And, you know, I was talking about how Wolves, even though he hasn't been died as much this game as he did last game, he didn't have the benefit of being these multiple levels up 3 minutes ago. But now with all this fighting and all the towers and that experience gain, he's got 4 levels over Myflin at only 15 minutes. If he sees that monkey in the jungle, he's just going to kill him.
But he has to be aware because his Purification are down for just a little bit longer. That Neith ult, he's actually going to try and go in on Dwurst. He's doing a lot of damage already.
Damage in the mid lane as well. Myflin in trouble. xCynosurex on the top side. Jellly in trouble. Koiz on the top side. Wolves in trouble as Aircougar answers back for his team. But one more time, mid laner, Delta Marine, all relics on cooldown. Pulled back. There's the knockup on the Aircougar, but that should be the end of the aggression for Most Wanted. They pick up 2 kills and drop 1.
But boy, look at that. He's level 13. Transonics is level 17. That's a 4-level lead on a character that already goes against you well. He has that extra damage off the health missing and against Zhong. Okay. All right, Trans. Okay, dude.
What do we normally say? He's feeling himself. Absolutely, and for good reason. Transonics 400 is his slash line.
Just outside of that bounce, there was the bounce before when we saw Zhong retreating. I think Sanctuary was activated, so he immune to all the damage, but he lined up every single bounce across an entire lane. And Aircougar's trying to challenge him here. I think Transonics is going to think better of it this time.
No.
But he does have the support of his team.
Trans walks towards him in that situation.
He wants to fight at this point.
And Eager still run away. Trans walked into 2 players, and Eager, both Jellly and Cougar said, all right.
You know that like GIF that you use a lot of time of Zach Galifianakis from The Hangover, like doing the math in his head, and it's just like equations everywhere, and he's just like going back and forth? That's Transonics with these ricochets. He's seeing them way before they happen.
And this is just that experience, right? This is that raw mechanical skill coming out from Most Wanted. This was a batter of calculation out of Eager and that raw power from Most Wanted. And the calculation through the first, couple games, through the first 3 games of this was in favor of Eager. But Most Wanted, the second they bring out this Loki, the Hoi, and the Uller, it goes the opposite.
So Most Wanted, they're grouping up here around this objective. Again, less about the objective, I think more about the kills. And Most Wanted thought about it, now walking away. They always need to be clearing. They know that, and they will be. Wolves clearing tower.
And what did we say coming into this game? It's all about Myflin on this Hunbats. Well, bad news for Eager fans. He's 3 levels down. Speaking of getting down, Cougar puts the ult perfectly for the backflip.
Love the play, but it's not going to happen. Clow's trying to clean it up as well. Separate fight on the left-hand side. Here's Most Wanted. Let them do the talking.
That's my ult. Look.
I'm dead.
That's my shot.
I'm on the way out. Oh shit.
Be careful. Nice shit. Once I got fought. Nice shit.
Ravana's behind.
Ravana behind. Stunning two. 1.
Nice.
Help Sino. I got a stun on him.
Nice peel.
Zhong. Flopping 2. Nice. Zhong. Oh my god.
He's dead.
Help me.
I'm so shit.
Get out. You can't fight this.
Susano, get speed. Drop speed.
Hunbats is up. Run.
Get out right.
Keep it going!
Shot it. You should be fine, Jones.
I can split mid.
Yeah.
I'm backing. Be careful of gold. I don't think they can do it, but let's just keep these fights like just call targets.
What do they use?
They use
Zhong ulti.
No, the Zhong had no active.
The Neith beats? Neith beats or no?
Aegis.
Okay. What do we do? What's the plan?
We go gold. Just keep aiming around gold.
Clow has no voice. He doesn't even, I was like, who is that making those calls? I thought, yeah, you couldn't even recognize him. He's got no voice. We were at Game 5, final set here at the SCL Summer Finals LAN, and Clow has just been getting so hyped up, he's losing his voice now. It's awesome.
And you gotta love that. And I'd love to see the different dynamics on the team. Clow's barely got a voice. You can hear everybody screaming, and then you just hear the quiet voice of reason.
I can
Wolves.
split mid.
Yeah, I can split mid. Let's end this fight. Just voice of reason is Wolves.
I can kill them in one shot because I'm Loki and Fed.
And he's level 19 here, once again, gone into the Hydras, working on what's more than likely going to be a Titan's Bane. And you heard the comms as well. Most Wanted saying, let's continue to bait gold. They just want to fight because they have the advantage. We talked about how they had so much damage, enough for 2 team comps. And Zhong, we saw him on that left-hand side pop his ultimate, and it just tickles everyone. He's level 15, 0-3 at 20 minutes here, and it's likely to be another depth for Aircougar.
Oh, the backflip goes nowhere. Transonics puts a 6th notch on his belt, and that's going to be a strong look for Most Wanted as they're sitting here 20 minutes in, doubling the kills of Eager.
Cougs knows better than that. He can't be there. He sees them all on the ward by Gold Fury. He watches them counter it. He knows he has no relics available, and he still elects to push up. Speaking of pushing, looks like they're gonna trade out 2 towers in the left for 1 in the mid.
But the problem is Wolves is also pushing for this Phoenix. Myflin's here to stop him, but Myflin is just going to die if he takes any fight. If we see an early ult or an early purification, Wolves is not going to hesitate to take him out. Wolves are better than monkeys.
What's Dwurst doing? What is Dwurst all the way up by Goldfury, not available for defense either on the left or the right side as Most Wanted pushes up in both lanes. Here comes Zhong. Delta Marine puts himself more in a bad position than the enemy. Phoenix goes down. Delta Marine goes down. Dwurst answers back, taking out Koiz with the turnaround.
That's going to be, and that's what we were worried about on Delta Marine, right? Not having that comfort level on Zhong, not understanding just how tanky he is or how much damage he's going to be doing. Pops the ult, thinks, yeah, I'll be able to kill Transonics here, but Transonics is still 4 levels up. He's 6-0. He's able to lifesteal through it, just completely useless on the Zhong right now.
Most Wanted take out the Firebird, they take out the team, man. They even take out the lights for a second right there, and they're sitting up nice and pretty, almost, what is that, 8,000 gold in the lead, doing very, very well. All comes down to game number 5, and they've done 2 things very importantly. They've been able to answer to Eager and then bring a completely different gameplay style into the series.
I mean, this has all been just kills, right? It's just been a fight fest for Most Wanted. I think we've seen a single Gold Fury taken. Maybe it was just one. I don't recall the second going down, and since then, there's been so much pressure. Aircougar gonna burn both his relics, but he has no tier 2 tower.
No.
And Wolves finds his 3rd kill of the match.
This is so tough to be in this sort of position, right? You're telling your team, if you're Eager, come on guys, you know, we just got to look for the objectives, we got to look for the right fight, we can get a pick, we're still in this, but you've played enough
Jelly's
Smite.
dead.
You know that you're not in this anymore, and it's really tough to be in that position.
And look at Wolves there on the right side, just distracting everyone as Jellly gets shredded by Transonics, and now it's a 5-man grouping for Most Wanted. They only have 1 final tower to siege up.
Transonics 7 kills in this contest, has yet to die, and that's not Eager not trying. They have certainly tried their best to take down Chris, but it's just not going to happen.
He's just been on fire, hitting the ricochets, being in the right positioning this time, not playing that super aggressive, come from behind, playing a more traditional style, and it's working out perfectly. 7-0-2 in top of the damage charts.
Right now, leading the charge is the Hunter. He's going to go ahead and get carded up. Most Wanted, they've got the left Phoenix down. Now sieging on the mid Phoenix. Let's take a listen one more time as Most Wanted cleans up Eager.
Left and end. Oh no, if we get a kill, we get. Yeah,
shit!
Oh no, we can't.
Be careful.
No, reset.
reset.
Play safe.
Play safe.
Yeah, we have no
Play
tank. We have no tank.
Play safe.
Get their buffs.
Yeah.
Play safe.
Everyone
you
buy
guys do
wards, let's do
fire?
fire.
Yeah, we can do fire. Yeah,
We can do it. We can straight up do it, actually.
We're a little bit posed, but it's okay.
I'm
We got
pulled
it.
No, Trans is full HP.
Oh yeah.
What? I'm not there.
Oh, he's not here.
No, it's okay.
I'm seeing
Oh, okay, yeah, no, don't do it.
I'm
Yeah.
back in there.
Yeah.
We could have done it if you
Alright,
come left, but it's
boys.
fine. I'm gonna get Mantle because the game's
Oh
almost
fuck! I
over.
need 200 gold.
Get something that like it's a really big power spike.
I'm buying a pot.
Oh yeah. If you guys have a little bit more gold, it's the last team fight.
Yeah.
Get like a 450 pot. So.
I don't have shell for this team fight, but
I got ulti.
They can't really contest.
Group push left. No,
Group, like,
group
I
just
have
fire.
if Hunt
Do
comes,
fire.
we kill him, and I
Yeah,
have
we could do
Hog.
fire. We could do fire.
Yeah.
Guys, I got
just
Rod.
freeze.
I have to get this to get Rod. So yeah, you guys can do it.
Are you gonna get Rod after that?
Yeah. What's it
Okay.
called? I have enough gold.
Okay. I'm gonna put some wards over here.
I'm just gonna make sure they don't have one on it. Get everyone on it.
Alright, let's get Rod. Let's back by. Everyone get Sentry.
I'm gonna start
fire.
Yeah, start it.
Wait.
Matt, tank in and start it.
No, they're all here though.
No, pull it.
That's
Pull it.
immune.
You four can. It's 3,
Alright,
5,
back off.
Nice smoke.
I'm gonna tank it.
I'm
Look at
curious,
Hun. Look at Hun. Hun's over here.
Can we
everybody-
kill Zhong?
Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Go for mid, go for
We'll be in
mid.
kill range. Yeah, you can kill.
Do it.
Nice fucking knockout.
Be careful.
He's really low. That's Dawn.
Hun, Batz jumped. You got it. You got that shit. Look at Zhong. I'm telling you. Nice shit, Wolf. Nice shit.
Nice fucking shit.
And
That's the game. I have Hog. That's game.
End the
fucking
game. Holy shit.
Holy fucking pankies, dude.
We got
Alright. I have Hog. I'm gonna Hog it.
Just kill him. We can kill him. He's really.
He's dead. That's game. Okay, here fought them.
And that's the game. All 5 come right on down. Most Wanted, bring it to the end and take out Eager in 5 games of competition.
Holy peckies, man.
Holy peckies.
Is that what they said?
Yeah.
I think they
Well,
said
there was an extra word in there.
okay.
But that was the general gist,
Oh
yeah.
man, just so well played from them, and this is something where I was talking to Most Wanted, like, yeah, we have some strategies that we're saving, talking to Clow, and it was clear. I think it was the Loki play because
Yep.
Eager Eager just had no answer for it. Even when they drafted the final game and they outplayed themselves in the pick ban phase, they're like, okay, we've got Athena, we got Neith, so we're gonna, and the Robin, so we're gonna camp Wolves, but it just doesn't happen. We see a single Neith ult and it doesn't go successfully.
And that's the thing. Eager's a team that lives and dies off of their adaptations. Well, they made the adaptation in Game 2 and Game 3. What happens when you need to make it a second time, but there's only 5 games total?
It was just an over-adjustment on their part. Just too much to try and deal with the Loki, and then didn't have the damage to confirm it. Just an unfortunate situation for Eager. And that's, when you're talking about like a special strategy that Most Wanted might have, and you were thinking that it was the Loki, that's got to be in the back of Eager's mind. You've seen Wolves play it. You know he plays it a lot. That shouldn't be, you know, it's like a wow, he actually picked it. Not a, I can't believe he has that in his god pool.
For me, too, is that Loki thrives in chaos. And the last 2 games we saw were pure chaos. There's just fights going everywhere. And that's when it's harder to keep track of the Loki. If Eager are fully grouped up every single time, right, if they can stay even with Most Wanted through that early game, sure, they can deal with the Loki when he engages onto one of their carries. But everything was so spread out. And Loki, he's the causer of the chaos, and he's the one who also is the best in chaos.
And the team Most Wanted certainly embracing the chaos as well. I mean, we sat there in the comms pretty much forever because these guys they're going back and forth, and you're hearing a lot of relevant information, but comms, I mean, definitely chaotic.
I mean, chaotic, but that's kind of like, it reflects their play style, right?
Exactly.
It's a controlled chaos, and that's what Clow kind of likes to push, you know what I mean? But then you've got the 2 quiet people on the side lanes, the quiet voice of reason, like you mentioned with Wolves, saying, can we back up? I don't know if this is the best fight for us, that sort of stuff. And he just thrives in that sort of environment, and games 4 and 5 really pushed Most Wanted ahead.
And full shout-outs to Eager as well. I mean, they played such a good game. I mean, we were talking about Most Wanted a lot because they were able to close out the last 2, but early in the set, it was full Eager. You just saw just the mindset from them. They had a plan. They had a box of checklists. All right, get these gods, invade, get gold early, force a team fight, bait another gold fury, get the gold fury, 6K gold lead, start taking towers, end.
And that's what we talked about beforehand in that veteran leadership. Like, they have the game plan, but it's usually circled around them. They don't let the other team get in their heads and dictate their game plan, except in Game 5. And that's exactly what happened, and that's why they found so little success. They needed to stick to their style, not change their style to adapt to what the other team was doing.
You know, I chose my words carefully. As soon as the game ended, I said, Most Wanted have earned the victory here. And I think that's very important to say. Eager put on a fantastic showing. They answered back in the middle of the series. But at the end of the day, Most Wanted are going to be your crowned kings of the SCL for at least the summer split. Right now, Anatoly standing by with the captain, the mid laner. It's Clow himself.
Thank you, F. Clow with me after an amazing 5-game set, technically 7 because of the split earlier on yesterday. So I got to ask you, your mentality after game number 3, you just lost to Eager 2 games in a row. What were you guys telling each other after that?
Well, so I had to give a lot of credit to our coach. He definitely told us to like keep our heads in the game and not be too down about it. Me personally, like I've had the experience, like I know like what it's like. I definitely got like pretty down, like being down to, knowing like the next game is just like win or lose. But I also figured out that like their picks, so the Fafnir was really what was like beating us in the games. And also what Eager did the very last game with the Zhong Kui, I think they picked it to get it away from me, or maybe Unre's been practicing it. But it was really, it was kind of a weird pick because they were trying to play our game and we were trying to play their game, the 2 games that we lost. But, you know, in the end, I'm just really happy that we pulled it off.
Well, you played the Raijin very well, and it seemed that Wolves definitely played the Loki very well as well. I love the strategy that you guys did with the warding and the counter invade. Talk to me about the early game strategy that you guys did and why it worked out for you.
Well, so one thing simple to do is just ward speed and blue and top mid lefts if you're on a certain side. And then if you know they're not on your buffs, you can pretty much hover and like see if they're on their harpies and trying to invade like the mid harpies. So all you have to do is like loop around and do their buffs, which is what I was saying in comms, and it just worked out really well.
That's amazing, Cloud. Thank you so much. Don't forget that upcoming is going to be the SPL resuming on Thursday. That's going to conclude it for us in the SCL Summerland. But don't forget, at Worlds, January 5th, go to hi-rezexpo.com for your tickets.